Welcome to the Daily Decorista with your host, Ann Capua.
And welcome. I'm so excited you're here. This is my very first episode of the Daily Decorista. Today, I have something really exciting to share with you. I was looking at some of the decorative pumpkins in some high-end catalogs like Grandin Road and Frontgate and online, and I just got some inspiration. I said, what if I played around with a little creative paper clay and some paint and some unfinished pumpkins? And I did, and I had so much fun. So I really hope that you enjoy this video. I love making art out of the everyday and sharing the joy that I find in the journey. I had so much fun in the process of making these pumpkins, and that's really what I want to share here with you today. So I'll get right into the video. I hope you enjoy it. At the end of each little segment, there's a takeaway tip in case you need to screenshot or you want to save for later. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. And taking a look at the pumpkins that we're making, I just love the way they look on the mantle. I love the way they look with the flameless candles, nice and safe and beautiful. Here's a quick look at all the supplies I'm using in today's video. To make the castings, I use molds from IOD and Redesign by Prima. I start off by putting a little cornstarch to help with sticking, and then you smush the clay into the mold and you use a flat tool to kind of make it nice and neat and to make sure that you catch all of the little details of the design. Take an X-Acto knife or a clay tool and go little by little prying your castings out of the mold. You want to make sure that you catch all of the little details when you are unmolding. It takes a little bit of time and patience, but you will get the knack of it. Once you pull the casting out of the mold, it's not perfect on all the edges, so you just take the sharp tool and you clean around just to make it nice and pretty. And I'll show you here, I'm doing it again. And then I'll go around this one. Needed a little bit of cleaning up, and you can see how I do it here. Before gluing the castings, I like to lay them all out next to the pumpkin and just play around a little bit and see what's visually appealing and what I like, and then once I decide, it's time to add the glue. Use a good quality glue. I like Titebond glue. I put it in a little cup and apply it with a paintbrush. The reason why, you want to kind of put a nice thin coat, not too much, and you want to apply it evenly. If you put too much, it will slip on your pumpkin and it won't stay in the right spot, and it'll also ooze out everywhere, so you kind of want to control it this way. To be honest, I learned this one from experience because I've made a few hot messes with the wood glue and the castings before. After your castings dry, you might find several cracks. I'm using something called slip to fill in the cracks, and in the next slide I'm showing you how to make the slip, and you can see here how I'm applying it to the crack. So slip is for the bigger size cracks that you saw. If you see little tiny cracks inside, as the paper clay dries, you can use paint, and paint will take care of camouflaging the little cracks. But for the bigger cracks, you want to make something that, if you're not familiar with it, it's called slip. So you take a little bit of paper clay. If you just need to make a little bit of slip, that's what we're doing. And what you do is, I use a little tiny, I got these at Dollar Tree, and I just want to pour a little bit of water. You don't want to overdo it with the water. You don't want it to be super wet, but you want it to be wet enough that when you break the clay down in there, you need like a pasty consistency. I like to use a paintbrush, and you could just kind of scoop it up, putting it in my hands, and you could see the consistency of it. So that's how you make slip, and that's what you use to fix up the cracks. This is really fun. I love painting the pumpkins. I give it a coat of primer using a white chalk paint. I let it completely dry, and then I give my first coat of acrylic paint. Just love the sound that the brush makes with the paint against the pumpkins. It just makes me happy. Try to get the bristles as close as I can to go underneath the casting. This is my favorite part, actually, the gilding part. I love everything gold. I use a Craft Smart Premium gold paint that you can find at Michael's. Now, you do need to be in a well-ventilated area because it has a very, very strong smell and there are chemicals in it. So I just want to point that out. Now, if you watch, I don't have too much of it on the brush because it's very runny and very drippy, and it probably will splatter here and there around the pumpkin, and you'll have to touch it up later, which I will show you. And opt out of this paint if it's not a medium you're comfortable using. You can use any gold or silver metallic acrylic paint that you find at the craft store. Here we are, the final touch-up. I just go around, give it a nice little coat of paint, go in under all of the castings, and I touch up all of the little splashes and splatters that the gilding made. A few last brush strokes, and I'm going to show you how I styled these pumpkins. And here they are, styled on my mantle with some flameless candles and fall leaves. And when I had company, I took them from the mantle and I went to the table and I set them out as a very pretty fall tablescape. I have to admit, they were quite the conversation piece. Perfect or something, and thank you for watching my tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this video. So I really hope that you enjoyed your time here on my channel today. I hope that I've inspired you to at least try something new. Hope you'll come back and see me soon. You know, bloopers happen. As you can see, I'm a goofball and I like to really just have a good time with myself. So I don't know, it's like, you know, if you strive for perfection, it ruins it. It just ruins it. And you know what? If you just let yourself have fun, if you just let yourself enjoy the process, enjoy yourself in the moments that you are creating, it's so much more magical than making something perfect. I mean, perfect is, I don't know, it's boring. So I hope you had fun and I hope you'll come back and see me again. And I loved making this video and I would love to hear from you if you do try out my pumpkins. Drop me a comment, say hello. If you have any questions, please don't forget to ask. And thank you so much for watching. Happy creating. Go make that magic for yourself, okay? And see what happens. Try something new and don't be too serious about it.
Thank you for watching The Daily Decorista. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and click the bell for notifications on new videos.